and action. Hey everybody, Ed here, W4EMB, and I'm at a park that is normally frequented by that guy sitting back there behind me. That's Jim, N4JAW, sitting along with K8ARE, and we've been here for a little bit. Marcos and I, K8ARE and I, we met here in Louisville at Jim's park, and we started activating, and we emailed Jim to say, hey Jim, we're at your park. And he emailed us, he's like, on my way. And he came and we made about 8 or 9 contacts. No, we made 6. We made 6 contacts. And we shut it down and just took a break. And of course then my phone starts going off. Hey Ed, are you still out there? Are you making QSOs? And you know, I hope you can hear me, but I left a microphone sitting back at the table, so you might be hearing a lot of the radio going on. But anyway, so Jim got here, so we shut it down just to visit. We've never met in person before. N4JAW has a small YouTube channel. Please go look him up. But what a treat! And we sat here for over 3 hours just talking and just meeting somebody. That is the cool thing about radio, ham radio, Morse code, the hobby, well, ham radio in general, but especially Morse code. It's such a small niche of people, niche, whatever you want to say, that you do get excited about meeting other people. And it's a small community, so when you're on the air doing CW or Morse code, like I say, it's such a small number of people that getting to meet one of them in person is a treat, and it makes the world a little bit smaller. So even though we're across the country or in different states, we know of a lot of other people out there. Their call signs are familiar. And as we're sitting here working some POTA, K8ARE back there, Marcos, he's working right now. And as he's writing down some call signs, he just mentioned a minute ago, he's like, oh, I've worked that guy before. And Jim sitting next to him was, yeah, I've worked him too. And I looked at it, I recognize the call myself. So here we are, the 3 of us, 3 different states. Jim lives here, Kentucky, I'm obviously from Tennessee, and then Marcos come down from Ohio. And Marcos and I met here in Louisville just to do the park here. We did a POTA a while back there in the van and had a really great time, and said, hey, you want to get together again, do Louisville? It's about halfway between each of us, and so we're having a great time. But anyway, and Jim's stopped here to visit, so I just thought I'd share this with you, and then hopefully there's more footage after this of me doing a POTA. We're thinking about jumping across the river into Indiana and doing a park over there since we're so close. Anyway, so that'll be 2 parks, 2 states, 1 day. Of course, after talking to Jim, I don't know if I'll activate this one today. I might, if I can get on and get 10 quick enough. Then Marcos and I can jump across the river and go hit up the Falls of the Ohio, is the one in Indiana. And oddly enough, I'm coming from Clarksville, Tennessee, and it's in Clarksville, Indiana, so that's kind of neat. Anyway, we'll be back here shortly after a bit. And it's at that point I realized that I filmed over an hour in slow-mo and I have no audio. So it was a great trip. I drove from here up to Louisville, Kentucky to meet with K8ARE Marcos. You'll see him in a previous video. And also we met with N4JAW. We got to meet him in person for the first time in Louisville. That was great. We started activation, and then Jim showed up, and we had like a 3-hour visit, and it was just such a treat. We visited with Jim, and then we went to activate it or finish up that activation there at the Louisville Park, which is Jim's normal park that he always goes to. And then we had gotten on the map and seen that there's an Indiana park just across the river. So we thought, hey, 2 parks in 1 day, 2 states. This would be great. So we jumped across the river there in Louisville into Indiana, and we went to Falls of the Ohio, which is pretty neat scenery, up on a hill overlooking the river. The wind was gale force, and I was hoping to be able to test those microphones out. We both had them on. And when I set the camera down to record, I noticed something on the screen, but I couldn't read what it said because it's on the front tiny little screen of the camera. And I got home after a 3-hour ride up there, a 3-hour ride back, and pulled the video off the card, stuck it in a folder, getting ready to, you know, take a peek at it and just to start looking at getting it edited for YouTube. And it's all slow motion, no sound. So 3-hour ride 2 ways. But hey, it was a great trip though. I did enjoy getting to see Marcos again and getting to meet Jim for the first time. Absolute treat. absolute gem of a person, by the way. So stay tuned, more coming. Got to get cleaned up. Had a lot of storms roll through us. We've been pretty busy here. Just finished up the estate sale. Was happy to get out to go do a POTA. Hadn't done one since April 21st, and we've only done one since then. And it was on that day. Went to Louisville, and it's all in slow motion. So now, then we had just round after round of storms just roll through here. So a little bit of cleanup and getting a reset. We need to reset everything, and then we're going to get right back out there. So stay tuned, folks. We appreciate having you, and thanks to the Coffee Crew and Coffee Club for sticking by with us as we get through all this. All right, more soon. We'll see you.